Do you ever wonder what it means when a whiskey is labeled as peated? Well, I'm going to let you know in this episode of Whiskey Specs. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Specs, the part of the channel where I give you the details behind different whiskey categories. I'm Ryan, and today I'll be telling you all the steps that go into making a peated whiskey. So enough chit chat, let's get into it. Peat smoke comes from burning peat moss, which is a combination of moss, grass, tree roots, and other plant materials that cannot be decomposed due to the overaccumulation of water in boggy areas. Some bogs are thousands of years old, so peat is technically a fossil fuel. Peat used to be used as a primary fuel source in Scotland because of it being readily available and because of the lack of lumber in the area. It is said that peat covers approximately 23% of the country of Scotland. For distilleries, peat was used to malt the barley. Malting is a process of steeping barley or other grains in water and allowing them to germinate, and then halting the process with smoke or heat. This allows the barley to become soluble and have its sugars be easily converted into alcohol. Peat has a very aromatic smoke and will imbue the barley with phenols, which are a class of chemical where one or more hydroxyl group are bonded to an aromatic hydrocarbon group. Peat smoking was originally used in whiskey making around the 18th century and was the primary way to malt barley until the introduction of coal. Peat smoke is measured in phenol parts per million, or ppm, which refers to the quantity of phenols in the malt itself, not the whiskey. Today, majority of peated whiskey comes from Scotch, with a large percent coming from Islay distilleries. But other countries like Ireland, Japan, India, and even the United States have some peated whiskeys to choose from. Some brands have started finishing whiskey in barrels that formerly held peated Scotch, which results in a less intense but still noticeable peat flavor, because it has picked up the flavor from the barrel, not the barley. If a whiskey has undergone this process, it can be called peated. Well, that does it for today's episode of Whiskey Specs. If you enjoyed the episode and you learned something new, then help me help you by hitting the like and the subscribe button. That way YouTube recommends me to a larger audience. And if there's a topic that you guys want me to cover, leave it in the comments section below. And remember, guys, no matter how busy you are, there's always time for a drink with good friends. Stay safe, everybody.